Thank God it's Friday, September 29th. Good morning from the news desk and welcome to THG News Today. I am Mervyn Henley. We will take a short break and come back with some news. Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are two locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Let's begin this morning with some numbers out of the Bahamas. As of May 2023, unemployment in the Bahamas stood at 8.8% according to the labor force survey conducted by the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. At the time of the survey, there were 19,290 unemployed people in the country. The total labor force in the country stood at 219,465, with 200,175 people being recorded as employed. It was the first labor force survey conducted since December 2019, when unemployment was recorded at 10.7% on New Providence, the only island where the survey was conducted after Hurricane Dorian impacted Grand Bahama and Abaco. In its monthly economic and financial developments July 2023 report, released on September 4th, the Central Bank of the Bahamas said the domestic economy is projected to sustain its positive growth trajectory in 2023. It said new and ongoing foreign investment-led projects are anticipated to provide support to the construction sector and, by extension, to economic growth. In terms of the labor market, the employment rate is expected to continue to improve, associated with job gains concentrated largely on the construction and tourism sectors, the central bank said. Jamaican-American judge Tanya Chutkan said on Wednesday she won't recuse herself from Donald Trump's 2020 election interference case in Washington, rejecting the former president's claims that her past comments raised doubts about whether she can be fair. Chutkan, who was nominated by the bench by President Barack Obama and was randomly assigned to Trump's case, said in her written decision that she sees no reason to step aside. The case, scheduled to trial in March, accuses the Republican of illegally scheming to overturn his election loss to Democrat Joe Biden. There's a high bar for recusal, and legal experts had widely considered Trump's request to be a long shot, aimed at undermining the legitimacy of the case publicly, that could only sour the relationship between the judge and the defense in court. In seeking Chutkan's recusal, defense lawyers cited statements she had made in two sentencing hearings of participants in the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol, in which they said she had appeared to suggest that Trump deserved to be prosecuted and held accountable. They said the comments suggested a bias against him that could taint the proceedings. But Chutkan vigorously objected to those characterizations of her comments. It bears noting that the court has never taken the position the defense ascribes it to it, that former President Trump should be prosecuted and imprisoned, Chutkan wrote. And the defense does not cite any instance of the court ever uttering those words or anything similar. So, in other words, come March 2024, Donald Trump will sit in front of Chutkan in Washington, D.C. We look forward to that. And finally, in our news this morning, 5 days after suffering severe burns after falling into a pot of boiling lentil peas, a 3-year-old girl has died. Shazade Simon suffered a second-degree burns to 25% of her body and succumbed at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital. The child's mother took her to her grandfather's stall at Monroach Road, Williamsville, around 4:15 p.m. last Wednesday. He was at the time boiling a pot of lentil peas over a firecracker on the ground at the back of the shed. Shazade's aunt Marissa Brazen said the child stumbled and fell into the pot. She was immediately taken out, wrapped in a damp towel, and rushed to the hospital. Police said she suffered burns to her stomach and buttock area. The aunt said the child seemed to be doing well, and they believed she would have been discharged soon. Sadly, after 1:30 p.m. earlier this week, Monday, she passed away at the hospital. Disputing social media reports, she said it was not a case of negligence, but a tragic accident. Shazade was an only child and was a student at Mayo Early Childhood Care and Education Center. The police are investigating. This has to be one of the most devastating stories I have come across in a while. And it's such a tragedy for the family and only child. And I can just imagine what that family is going through right now. The rage, the sorrow, the confusion. Wow. This has been THG News today. I will be back with you on Monday morning at 6 o'clock. But on Sunday night at 7 o'clock, right here on THG Network, I will interview the former Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Joseph Parry. Do join us then. Have a safe and blessed weekend. I am Mervyn Hanley.